Hey everyone, have you ever found a Where's George note? This is a Where's George note. It's a $1 bill that's got a stamp on it. You're going to see that there are many, many different types of stamps on Where's George notes. But the question is, what's a Where's George note? And more importantly, what's it worth? Well, let's start with the easy question. What is a Where's George note? A Where's George note is a regular $1 bill that someone who is logged into Where's George has put their own little stamp on it. Okay? Now, as far as the stamps go, you can try to go on eBay and buy someone a stamp. You can go to Office Max and have them make you a stamp. You can go to any office supply store and have them design you a Where's George stamp. All the stamp has to say is where'sgeorge.com, or follow me at where'sgeorge.com, and you stamp the note. Once the note is stamped, you then go to the actual website. The website is where'sgeorge.com, and what you'll do is if you found a Where's George note, you'd go here, and if you have a stamp and you're stamping them, you go here. If you stamped the note, you're going to enter your note into the Where's George website. The website will then track that number. It notes who logged it in, you, your address, so it knows your location in the US, and then the website waits for someone else to find your bill and log that note. And when that note is logged, you will get an email telling you where your note has gone. Now, if that person sends it out again and someone else logs the note, you will also get another email seeing that your note has gotten another hit. And they keep track of the hits like that. So you could easily take 100 notes, stamp every single one of them, log every single one of them, and then spend them. And then over the course of the next few months, you'll be getting all kinds of emails saying, hey, your note was found. So-and-so found your note. And you get to go to the site and see a map showing how your note has bounced all over the country. It's kind of cool. It's a really neat tracking device. And it's not, there's nothing nefarious about this. It's simply to see how money circulates around. Sometimes notes never leave a small city. Sometimes notes will bounce from one ocean to the next. It's interesting to follow along where they go. This site allows you to do that. So, if you come across a note stamped Where's George, that's what you should do. You should go to where'sgeorge.com and type in the serial number, and you will see exactly where it has been. So that makes these notes kind of fun. But what are they worth? That's the actual question. And as you can see, there's all kinds of different stamps. So there is no one Where's George stamp. It's whatever stamp you want to make it. And sometimes all it is someone writing where'sgeorge.com on the note. This Where's George note is worth just as much as this Where's George note. Okay? Because if you're assigning value to the Where's George notes, this is a Where's George as much as this is a Where's George. So what is the actual value? That's the question everybody wants to know. These sell on eBay. So of course they have value, right? Well, this is writing on a note. That's all that is. Somebody wrote on this note. If I can write something on a note and make it worth more money, does that make sense? Not really. It doesn't really matter what I write on a note. I did not increase the value by writing on a note. If anything, I have decreased the value of the note because now the note has ink on it. It's no longer pristine. So what used to be a perfect note is now less than perfect. So by writing Where's George on a note, you have lessened the value, the collector's value. You have damaged the note. If you send a note out to get graded and it has ink on it like this, that will be noted on the back of the grade. So you get a ding. You on the grade, though, there will be a ding. On the back, you will have writing. Whenever you buy graded notes, one of the things you want to look for is having a clean back on the grading slab, because that identifies the note as clean. Let's see if I can reach one of my slabs here. There we go. Here is just a random slab. This one's graded 64. It happens to be a web note. And if I turn it over on the back, the only thing it says on the back is exceptional paper quality. If this note was stamped "Where's George?" it would have ink stamp written here. The only acceptable thing on the back of the slab is exceptional paper quality. Anything else, pencil marks, tears, pinholes, rips, ink smears, or any ink on the bill, stains, anything negative appears on the back. All right. So if you have a "Where's George" note like this, and you were to get it graded, it's going to come back in the grade that the note is, and with ink damage on the back. So on the back here, where this one says excellent paper quality, it will say inking, or it will say ink smudge, or writing, or something to that effect. So there will be a negative connotation because of the stamp. It may even say stamp. Once again, a graded note, graded 20, has a particular value. And a graded note at a grade 20 with a note on the back is worth less than a 20, even though they're both graded 20, because one has damage, one doesn't. One has a notation and one doesn't. So by doing this to the notes, you have actually lowered the collector's value. So what does that mean overall? Well, that means that, as most of you can piece together, if you find a "Where's George" note, it is not worth more than $1. If you see people selling "Where's George" notes, first and foremost, that goes against what "Where's George" is trying to do. "Where's George" is tracking how money is spent and how it circulates, not how it sells. So by selling "Where's George" notes, you're screwing up the natural flow of how money circulates, because you are no longer spending it, you are selling it. So that goes against "Where's George" to sell them. Okay. But as far as value goes, let's look at it a different way. What if I go to the bank and I give them a $50 bill, and they give me 50 singles? What are my 50 singles worth? $50. What if I take my "Where's George" note and stamp all 50 of these bills? Now how much are they worth? I'll give you a hint. $50. If you stamp a note, you do not increase the value. If I could, I would most certainly go to the bank, buy 100 singles, and stamp every single one and sell them for $5 a piece. That's how I could turn $100 into $500. Except stamping a note, no matter what the stamp is, does not increase the value. So even if it's a "Where's George" stamp, that does not increase the value. It's still a stamp. It's still technically just damage. It's not worth anything more than $1. Please don't fall for this. There are many people trying to sell these notes, and they're worth $1. Is that a cool stamp? Sure is. Can you go to the store tomorrow and have a stamp like this made? Absolutely. That stamp may even cost you $30 or $40. But then you could make every single bill you encounter look like this. That does not increase the value. It's just a stamp. It's not worth anything more. So that's what I've got for you guys this week. "Where's George" stamps. Really fun. Really fun to get one. Really fun to log. Really fun to stamp notes and log them in and see where they go. But as far as value goes, they're just worth $1. Don't fall for it. And if you subscribe to people who tell you that these are worth anything more than $1, I would unsubscribe to them. If you subscribe to people who are trying to sell these, that is borderline counterfeiting. If you do something to a bill and then think that made it worth more than $1, that's borderline counterfeiting. So no, please stop following people that tell you these are worth money. I don't care what they sold for on eBay. That doesn't mean that they're worth anything. A lot of these people have thousands of followers, so when they say this is worth $5 to $10, one of their thousands of followers will most likely believe them and pay that on eBay. Now, there will be an eBay listing saying that this is worth $5 to $10. Yes, someone did buy one for $5 to $10. That doesn't mean it's worth $5 to $10. Like I said, I have a stamp. If you think these are worth $10 a piece, tell me how many you want, and I will be happy to give them to you for $5 a piece. But we all know it's just a stamp, not worth anything over face value. All right, if you learned anything new, go ahead and hit that like button. If you like what you see and want to see more, please subscribe. Love reading all your comments. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.